أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Welcome to our G4 class. Please ensure you have maintained respect for the Holy Qur'an by having performed wudu, covering your head, and sitting in a quiet room. While you are waiting for the class to begin, please check you have logged in with your correct ID, switched off your camera and your microphone. Jazakumullah ahsanul jazaa. As you can see at the bottom, this is the email address and where you could get in touch with if you have got any other questions. Can I ask my ST to please unmute a student? But before we start, I would like to introduce my team. I'm going to be supported by the ST, the support teacher, and the teaching assistant as well. Jazakumullah.
Can I please request G465 to come on the mic, please?
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum, G465. I would
Yes.
like you to start with 1000 tasmiyah and continue with the Quranic prayers. Jazakallah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Jazakumullah. Can you continue reading, please?
رب اغفر لي ولوالدي ولمن دخل بيتي مؤمنا وللمؤمنين والمؤمنات ولا تزد الظالمين إلا تبارا. My Lord, forgive me and my parents and him who enters my house as a believer, and the believing man and the believing woman, and increase those not the what's that?
Wrongdoers.
Wrongdoers, but in predictions. No 71:29.
Jazakumullah ahsanul jazaa. As you can see, this is the prayers of the Prophet Nuh alayhi salam. And before you go, I would like you to just remind on two small things. Would you like to tell me for how long you are going to prolong this one for?
One count. Sorry.
Well done. So you will make sure when you're reading that as a single word, you would say dakhala. And the same here, how would you read this part? Yes, so you would read them separately and not connecting each other with it at all. And when you're reading this noon, you would do a light nasalization because of the following letter. But otherwise, well done, Jazakallah. Can I have another student on the mic, please?
Can I please request G463 to come on the mic?
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum, G463. Can I ask
Yes.
you to start with 1000 tasmiyah and then continue reading, please? This is the sayings of the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. عن عبد الله ابن عمرو رضي الله عنه قال قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يقال لذابه بالقرآن اقرأ over rat over
So here you
Oh.
would say iqra because it's a jerk. So you would say
okay.
hamza, yeah, and then you have got a va, and that one you have to connect with ra, var.
Ikra
Yes,
wartaqi wazatilu kamaturistilu fi dunya fa inna manzilataka inda ahirin iyati taqra biha.
Jazakumullah sunul jaza. Would you like to read the translation?
Yeah, Hazrat Abdullah ibn Amr radiallahu anhu reports that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, on the day of judgment, it will be said to the man devoted to the Qur'an, who go and recite in the Qur'an and continue ascending in ranks in the heaven, recite in a slow, rhythmic, and melodious manner as you have been reading in worldly life. Your final place will be where you shall reach at the time of the last ayat of your recitation.
Jazakumullah sunul jaza. Before you go, I would just like you to focus on 2 points. Make sure when you're reading that, for example, here you said it's a ra, it's not a za, and also here it's a ya followed by an alif, and that would be a alif madya. So you would read that as a 2 count. The same here, it's an alif carrying a ashbaya stroke.
So 2 seconds.
Exactly, well done. And when you're reading the Allahumma Salli, you're reading it quite well, but I want you to, for example, when you say here, Sallayta, make sure that you do hear 2 counts as well, because it's a soft elongation, and elongation means that you prolong it for 2 counts as well. Okay?
Yeah.
Otherwise, well done. Jazakumullah sunna jaza. Can I have another student on the mic, please?
Can I please request G476 to come on the mic?
Ji, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Assalamu alaikum, G476. Can I ask you to read the sayings of the promised Messiah, peace be upon him?
Auzu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. People recite Holy Qur'an, but they do so like a parrot, without thinking. Just like a pandit who goes on blindly reciting the scripture, neither does the reciter understand what they are reciting, nor are the listeners aware of what is being said. In the same manner, all that is left of the recitation of the Holy Quran is for the people to recite a few parts without knowing what they have read. At most, people will recite the Holy Quran in tune, paying special attention to the pronunciation of the letters Qaf and Ain. No doubt, this is commendable to recite Holy Quran in a melodious voice. But actual purpose behind the recitation of Holy Quran is to learn about its divine varieties and insights, and so that human beings can bring about a transformation within themselves as a result. Malfuzat, English Translation, Volume 2, page 143.
Jazakumullah sunul jaza. With this, I'm going to hand over to my TA. She can do the quiz, please. Jazakallah.
Jazakallah, DT. I hope everyone can see my screen. So let's start our today's quiz with question number 1, and it is, which rule of tilawat will be applied in the word inna? Options are A, madda, B, the rule of ghunna, C, idgham, and D, izhar. ST, can we have a student for the answer?
Yes, can I please request G477 to come on the mic?
G477, Assalamu alaikum. G477. Okay.
Can I
G4.
request
Yes.
G423 to come on the mic, please?
G423, Assalamu alaikum.
जी वालेकुम अस्सलाम. Is B gunna?
Jazakillah. So let's check the answer. And yes, you are right. So the rule of gunna will be applied in this word because it is known mushaddad. So whenever there is known mushaddad or mim mushaddad, the rule of gunna is applied, or the rule of strong nasal sound is applied on the letter. Jazakillah, well done. Next question. In which language was the first translation of the Holy Qur'an written? A. Arabic with Urdu. B. Arabic with English. C. Arabic with Russian. And option D is Arabic with Farsi or Persian. ST, can we have another ID for the answer?
Can I please request G424 to come on the mic?
G424. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah.
Wa alaikum assalam warahmatullah.
Ji, I think the answer is the D, Arabic with the Farsi.
Jazakillah, well done. Your answer is correct. So, Persian or Farsi was the language in which the first translation of the Holy Quran was written. Well done. Our next question is, which prophet of Allah is called Zunnun in the Holy Quran? Options are Prophet Jonah or Hazrat Yunus alayhi salam, B. Prophet Abraham or Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam, C. Prophet Joseph, that is Hazrat Yusuf alayhi salam, and D. Prophet Jesus or Hazrat Isa alayhi salam. ST, can you please unmute someone else for the answer?
Can I please request G444 to come on the mic?
G444, Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Option A, Prophet Jonah, Yunus.
Jazakillah. Well done. Your answer is correct. So, Hazrat Yunus alayhi salam is the prophet who is called Zunnun, or the man of fish, and somewhere it is translated the man of whale in the Holy Quran due to the incident which happened to him. Jazakillah, well done. Question number 4. The promised Messiah alayhi salam metaphorically referred to Surah Al-Fatiha as which flower? Options are A. Tulip, B. Jasmine, C. Rose, and D. Sunflower. ST, can you unmute another ID?
Can I please request G454 to come on the mic?
G454. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam. I don't know about it, but I will guess.
Okay, sure.
Jasmine.
Jasmine. Jazakillah. You tried well, but the correct answer is rose. So the promised Messiah alayhi salam metaphorically referred Surah Al-Fatiha with a rose. Jazakillah. And last question of our today's quiz is, what is the meaning of La Tufsidu? And then we are referring to first 17 verses of chapter 2, Surah Al-Baqarah. Options are A. Do not create disorder. B. Do not tell a lie. C. Do not backbite. And D is do not kill. ST, could you please unmute another ID for the answer?
G420, can you please come on the mic?
G420. Assalamu alaikum. G420.
Assalamu alaikum. It's option A, do not create disorder.
Jazakillah. And let's check the answer. Yes, you are right. So La Tufsidu means do not create disorder. Your answer is correct. Well done. And because this was the last question of our quiz, so we have to go back to our DT for the lesson now. Jazakumullah.
Jazakumullah ahsanul jaza. With this, we are going to continue with our lesson. This lesson covers the topic of qalqala or jerking pronunciation. Qalqala means to shake, to shake or to jerk. And there are 5 letters which can be pronounced as a qalqala letters. And these letters are also known as al-haruful qalqala. And as you can see, these letters needs to be carrying a sukoon, or if they're doing a temporary sukoon, for example, if you're doing a waqf and this changes to a sukoon letter, then you would pronounce these letters also as a qalqala letter. The letters are qa, qa, ba, jim, and da. So you have got a shortcut for these letters as well, just to make a reminder for yourself, which is known as qutbu jad. You can find here some examples. If you read these ones, you would say iq, sap, ib, aj, jid. So you can hear that at the end of the letter, you do a slight jerk. We can divide it between 3 types of reading. The first one is called the mild qalqala. In this case, this is defined as a letter which is marked within a word. As you can see here, the jim is between as a part of a word, so it's coming within the word. And if that's the case, then you would place a mild jerk. So you would say ajruhu Ibrahim, for example. And you would pronounce these also in the Arabic. These are known as al-qalqalatul saghri. Then you have got a moderate qalqala. So these letters are at the end of a word. For example, here. And you would do a moderate qalqala here. So you would, for example, say here, ukhruj, ukhruj, lam yalid, lam yalid. And this is called in the Arabic as al-qalqalatul matusata. Then you have got the strong qalqala. This would be applied when you have got a shadda at the end of the letter. So then you would say bil-hajj, thab, ashaq. As you can see, you are changing the harakat on the top at the end because you are applying the waqf rule. So you are doing a pause, and in that case, you are applying the sakin on the top of the letter, which would change the qa into a qalqala letter. And this would be called also as al-qalqalatu waqf. We have got here some examples from the Qur'an parts. As you know that there are 30 parts of the Holy Qur'an. So as you can see, for example, if you look at the part 15 here, you can see Subhanallazi. So as this is a letter which is within the word, it would be counting towards the mild qalqala. Then we have got other examples as well. For example, here, part 25, where you have got a shadda, mushaddad letter, and at the end it would be ilayhi yurad. So here you would apply a strong qalqala because it's at the end, and in addition to that, it's carrying a shadda letter. With this, let me see, do we have some minutes left? With this, we can continue practicing this in our reading part. So I would like to hand over to my TA to continue with the reading.
Jazakallah. So I'm going to share my own screen for that. Okay, so as everyone of you knows that we are practicing few verses of Surah Sad in our each class. So today we are going to start our recitation practice with a new ruku. Okay, so ST, can we have a student for the recitation practice?
Yes, can I request ID G456 come on the mic, please?
G456, Assalamu alaikum. G456, you can unmute your mic.
Ji, Assalamualaikum warahmatullah.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. How are you?
I'm good, alhamdulillah. How are you?
Jazakillah, I'm also good. Okay, so before starting the recitation, would you like to explain what does this sign explain? So what this 2 stands for, this 12, and what about this 11? Do you know about these numbers and this Ayn sign?
I did know, but I seem to have forgotten. But I think the number at the bottom indicates the ruku of the part that we're on. So
Excellent.
this
Yes,
is
you are right. Yes.
37. So we're on the 11th ruku. I think 12, the number in the middle might indicate the surah. I am not entirely sure.
Okay, that this 12 indicates that the previous ruku, which we have read, it had 12 verses in it. Okay, so we read the last 12 verses of the ruku. And what about this? Do you know?
I am not sure.
Okay, this indicates that this was the second ruku of the surah. So this number indicates the number of which number of ruku is it, and the middle one tells us that how many verses are in this ruku, and this number underneath shows us that which number of ruku of the part it is. Okay. So we are going to start our next ruku now, and please start it with Tabuz and Tasmiyah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وما خلقنا السماء والأرض وما بينهما باطلا ذلك ظن الذين كفروا فويل للذين كفروا من النار.
Jazakallah. You didn't make any prominent mistakes so far, but the thing is that we couldn't hear you properly. But I assume you didn't make any prominent mistake. Your recitation is good and beautiful, mashallah. So let me ask about your knowledge about pronunciation. So do you know about this mad or this elongation?
Yes, so this is called Madde Kabira, and we prolong it for 4 to 6 seconds.
Well done. So its name is Madde Muttasil or attached elongation. Okay, so we are trying to memorize their original names according to their functions. Okay, so it is Madde Muttasil or attached elongation. Okay, and how do we recognize it is Madde Muttasil? Because it is followed by a Hamza letter.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
So well done. And what about this letter? What type of letter is it?
That's a thick letter.
Excellent. Okay, so do you know what we learned today in our lesson?
Yes, we learned about Hurufi Kalkala. There are 5 letters of Kalkala, and there are 3 categories, soft Kalkala, mild or moderate Kalkala, and strong Kalkala. If it happens in the middle of a word, it is a mild, soft Kalkala. If it appears at the end of a word,
Okay. So you said if it come in the middle of the word, so in your opinion, it is a soft kalkala, is it?
yes.
Well done. And okay, I think there isn't an example of kalkala in this verse. So we will discuss the other types later, okay? And soft kalkala is also called kalkala to sughra, okay? So and the name is in Arabic is a bit difficult, but we can learn with practice, okay? So it is called mild kalkala or kalkala to sughra, okay?
Yep.
And can you explain this ya?
Yes, there are 2 letters of Huruf Lin, Ya Sakin and Vaw Sakin, whenever there's a fatha before them, and we prolong them for 2 seconds.
Zakillah. And what is the difference between this ya and this ya in the word lillazina?
So in the first one, that's Huruf Lin, and in the second one, Lilladina, this is Ya Madya because there's a kasra before it. So we look at the stroke before the Ya Sakin to determine what it is.
And how long does it need to be pronounced?
2 seconds.
Excellent, excellent. Well done. And one last question. What type of word letters are these?
Sorry to interrupt. Can G420, G422, and G438 please join the breakout room?
G422, G438, and G420. Am I right? So could you please join the breakout room for recitation practice? And well done, G456. I think one last question was left. So what type of letter are these?
These are also Huruf Madya because there are 3. If there's a fatha before an alif, which we have in an-nar, so this is alif Madya. This one is a vaw Madya because there's a dhamma before it.
Excellent. And this one we have already discussed. Ya preceded by a kasra. So you explained and indicated all examples of mud letters. Well done. Excellent. G456. Mashallah. You recited and explained very well. Thank you. And ST, can we have another ID for recitation?
Can I request ID G479 come on the mic, please?
G479. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam rahmatullah. And could you please start recitation from verse 29?
Sorry to interrupt again. G404, G411, please join the breakout room. Thank you.
Okay, G479. You can start the recitation with ta'awuz and tasmiyah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم أم نجعل الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات كالمفسدين في الأرض أم نجعل المتقين كالفجار.
Jazakillah. Jazakillah. I think one verse is enough because we have to discuss a few things or points. So Here you stopped and you didn't follow the rule of waqf here. So do you know when there is a mutaharrik letter and we want to stop due to any reason, due to short of breath or any reason, so how do we change a mutaharrik
Actually,
letter?
if you could explain, that would be really helpful for me.
Okay, so if you see any short stroke on a letter, fatha dhamma kasra, and you want to stop on the letter due to short of breath, so you can change it into a sakin letter. Okay, so
Okay.
how would you pronounce by changing this ta, maksur ta into a ta sakin? You can start from here. Wa.
وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ.
Well done. Okay, and
then where do you restart from then?
okay, you can give it any meaningful start which completes the words or the conversation. So you can start from here, okay? Because you were continuing from the start of the verse and stopped here. It was better if you could stop here on the word amanu, and then without repeating previous bit of the verse, you could start from wa'amilu. But if you are stopping here, you could stop. You could start from wa'amilu. Okay.
Yes, sometimes it's not very clear
Yeah, it
which
is.
words are which if you don't know the meanings of the words. So
Yeah.
it's a bit difficult to know where to restart from.
Okay, usually fa and wa are helpful letters to start with, okay? Or any complete word if you cannot start from that bat, okay?
Okay.
And there are some waqf signs which help you to make a proper stop, like za. It's better to continue here, but you can also stop here. You could also stop here.
Okay.
On the words za.
Jazakallah.
So, Jazakillah. And can you give me any example of huruf qalqala or jerking letter within this verse? Did you find any? Okay. Do you know about the name of any letter of qalqala?
Yes. So it's either qaf, ta, ba, jim, or dal. The kutba jad letters.
Excellent. So yeah, jim.
His naj.
Jim
Naj.
sakin. Yes.
Yeah.
So yes, jim sakin is here within the word. So you pronounce it with a jerking sound. That was correct, and you applied the rule of qalqalatu sughra or mild qalqala because it is within the word and a sakin jim. Okay, so it is jalu. Anyways, jazakillah, mashallah, you recited well.
Jazakallah.
G479, jazakallah. ST, could you call another student on mic?
Can I request ID G454 come on the mic, please?
G454, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.
Could you please start recitation from verse 30?
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم كتاب أنزلناه إليك مبارك ليدبروا آياته وليتذكر أولو الألباب ووهبنا لداود سليمان نعم العبد إنه أواب.
Jazakillah, mashallah, you recited well. And let me ask a few questions. So, which rule you applied on this ba sakin?
Kalkala. There are two kalkala because I stopped at dal. So
Yes,
I try
excellent.
to make two kalkala letters ba and dal.
Okay, so is there any difference in these two kalkalas?
Yeah, the first one is the soft or mild kalkala, and the
Yes.
second one is moderate kalkala.
Well done, because you changed this mutaharik dal into a da sakin while stopping on the sign of ta. Excellent. Okay, and do you know about these strokes? And this as
Yeah, the first one is vertical fatha or fatha ishbaya, and the second one is kasra ishbaya or vertical kasra.
excellent. And these are also called normal elongations.
No,
Okay. And what about this one, the third one? What
Yeah,
is
this is
called?
inverted dhamma or dhamma ishbaya. It is also same rule.
Excellent. Well done. And what type of letter is Ain?
Ain is a thick letter.
Are you sure?
No, sorry, it is a throat letter.
Yes, it is harfe halqi or throat letter because it is pronounced from the middle of the throat. Okay.
Yeah.
And last question, what type of stroke is it?
It is madde munfasil.
Excellent. It is madde munfasil and it is also called detached elongation. Okay.
Detached
And
and
what is the
also
rule for it? How long should we take to pronounce it?
3 to 4 seconds.
Excellent. Well done. Jazakillah G454. Mashallah. ST, can we have another ID?
Can I request ID G445? Come on the mic, please.
G445. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Okay, let me note your. Are you G445, right?
Yes, G445.
Okay. So could you please start recitation from verse 32?
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إذ أريز عليه بالحشي الصافنات الجياد. Do you want me to continue?
Yes, you can recite another verse.
Yeah. فقال إني أحببت حب الخير عن ذكر ربي حتى اعتبرت بالحجاب.
Jazakallah. Okay, let's have a look on tasmiya. Sorry, ta'abuz first. Okay, so it is called ta'abuz and the next one is called tasmiya. So in ta'abuz, you pronounce the word billahi with, you didn't give it, its time to prolonged because it had the word Allah has madde normal elongation or fatha ishbaya on top of it, so it should be prolonged for 2 seconds. Okay, so try pronouncing the word the whole part again.
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
Okay, and try to pronounce billahi with thin sound. Okay.
Okay. Oh, should I do it again?
Yes, sure.
Okay.
One more time.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
Jazakallah. And we can start from, oh, sorry, you read these two verses, 32 and 33, right?
Yeah.
So you mispronounced this letter. Do you know what letter is it?
Oh, okay, so I mispronounced it. It's the throat letter.
No, what letter is it? What is the name of this letter?
Oh, it's a ha?
No, it is Ain. Okay, so Ain, there are two kinds or of Ain in writing. So one is this one, the half ayn, and another which comes within the words. So it is written in this shape. Okay, so it is ayn, not kha or whatever you said. So it is bil ashiji. Okay.
Okay.
And this noun, it should be pronounced with nasal sound. So it is an zikri. Inshallah, we will learn about this rule in our some upcoming classes, but we decide whether to pronounce noun with clear sound or with nasal sound by having a look at its next letter. So next letter tells us that we have to pronounce this noun sakin with a nasal sound. So can you try pronouncing this noun again? Start from hubbul khairi till here.
Hubbul khairi
Hubbal, sorry, hubbal khairi.
Hubbul khairi an zikri Rabbi.
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 Yes, so we do some temporary elongation when we find mud letter in the while stopping. Okay, whenever mud letter comes while stopping, we prolonged it more than 2 seconds even. It is called temporary elongation or madde aris. Okay, so you can prolong it in 3-4 seconds for 3-4 seconds. And here you had to prolong this alif. Do you know the rule?
Is it the 2 seconds rule?
Yes.
I have to prolong it for 2 seconds.
And what type of alif is it called?
Is it it's called
It is
alif
called, yes.
Madiyah?
Excellent. It is called alif madiyah or normal elongation. A letter of normal elongation it is. Okay. So and how do we recognize it? Because its previous letter always carries a fatha. Okay.
Okay.
So would you like to pronounce this word again? And
Okay.
remember to prolong this for 2 seconds.
Tawarat.
Excellent. And do you know we learned about jerking letters in our lesson, today's lesson?
Yes.
So how would you apply the rule of qalqala on this word?
Okay. Bil hijab.
Excellent. So what type of qalqala you did here? Do you know?
Is it the did I do is it a moderate kalkala?
Well done. So we changed this ba into a ba sakin, and because we were stopping here, it was the waqf point. So we applied the rule of moderate kalkala, and your answer is correct, mashallah. Well done. And what do you know about this sign of waqfa? What should we do when we find this sign on top of a verse or anywhere in the Arabic or Holy Quran?
Stop there.
Okay, so let's learn about this sign. What Talimul-Quran says about it. So waqfa sign, it means an interval. Okay, so waqf means an interval. A longer stop than sakta is made here without taking a new breath. Okay, so we can take a stop but without taking a new breath. So without stopping it means. But if you are in short of breath, you can stop and start from the next bit. Okay, and what rule you applied? Sorry, you read until here?
Yes.
Okay, okay. So Jazakillah G445 for recitation.
Jazakallah.
Jazakallah. And ST, can we have another student?
Can I request ID G460 come on the mic, please?
G460, Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum Assalam Rahmatullah.
Okay, could you start recitation from verse number 33?
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم فقال إني أحببت حب الخير عن ذكر ربي حتى اعتبرت بالحجاب
Next verse.
بالحجاب ردوها علي فتفق مسحا بالسوق والعناق.
Jazakallah. You tried well, but your main mistake was that you were prolonging those words which are not supposed to be prolonged, and you were pronouncing those words in short, which were which you had to prolong. Okay, so this was the major correction you have to do. Okay, so like here, what type of stroke is it?
It's a 1 second
Yes,
stroke, Tama.
and you prolonged it. So try pronouncing this word again.
أحببت.
Yes, so Dhamma is one of the short strokes. So it should be pronounced for 1 second. Okay, it takes only 1 second to be pronounced. And here, Ra. Whenever Ra has a fatha or Dhamma on it, it is pronounced in thick sound. Okay, so it is Zikri Rabbi. Okay.
Okay.
And here we have already discussed this alif. Can you explain what type of alif is it? Which rule is applied on it?
Is it Alif Madhya?
Excellent. So we should prolong it for 2 seconds. Okay. And to recognize alif madhya, we can see its previous letter, whether it is carrying a fatha letter. Okay.
Yeah.
So it shows it is a alif of elongation of alif madhya. And here you had to stop here because of ta sign. So you were not supposed to pronounce it fully with all the strokes. Okay, so we will change this. We will change this ya mushaddad and ya maftu into a ya sakin, mushaddad ya sakin. So can you try pronouncing it again?
Alayya.
Okay, we will skip this fatha letter and make it ya sakin, so it becomes alayj. Okay, with a light jerk, it becomes alayj. And ta, what type of letter is ta?
It's a thick letter.
Yes, so try pronouncing thick letters in thick sound or with fuller mouth. So it is fatafiqa. Another.
Fatafiqa.
Yes, another thick letter. Okay, so here miniature meme is on top of ha and tanween sign. So we will learn about this rule later, but you had to prolong this masham bisuq. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So whenever meme comes whenever after tanween the letter of ba comes, we can try to conceal the sound of noon. Okay, masham bisuq. And yes, and can you find any letter jerking letter in this verse, this last verse you read?
In the last verse is the kaf wal anaq.
Excellent. So this cough is this cough will it becomes letter of qalqala or jerking letter because we stop on this cough and change this cough mutharrik cough into a cough sakin. Okay, so we apply the rule of moderate qalqala on this cough, and it is also called qalqalatul mutawassatah. A bit difficult word, but we can learn with practice. So it is called qalqalatul mutawassatah or moderate qalqala rule. Okay. So Jazakillah. I think it's time to recap the lesson. So I hand over to our DT again, and Jazakumullah everyone for the recitation.
Jazakumullah ahsanul jaza. So with this, we are going to have a recap of our topic today. We were talking about qalqala, and qalqala means to jerk or to shake. There are 5 letters which are called letters of jerk. Al-haruf qalqala, also known as qutbu jad. You can differentiate between mild, moderate, and strong jerking pronunciation, depending on which letter and where the letter is, if it's in the middle, at the end, or if it's carrying a shadda. It's important to look also, as you've got the examples at the bottom, and it's also important to look at a tafkhim or tarqiq letter. And for example, sorry, they're not here. So qaf and ta would be pronounced with a thick jerk. So these would be tafkhim letters, whereas ba, ja, jim, and dal would be pronounced as thin jerks. So these would be tarqiq letters. So with this, we are going to conclude our session with the final dua, and I would ask the support teacher to please unmute a student, please.
Can I request ID G455 come on the mic, please?
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum G455. Can I ask you to read the prayer taught by the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam?
Yeah. Allahumma inni abduk wabnu abdik wabnu amatika nasijati bijadik mazim fi hukumak adlun fi jakazauk as'aluka bikullismin huwa lak سميت به نفسك أو أنزلته في كتابك أو علمته أحدا من خلقك أو استأثرت به في علم الغيب عندك أن تجعل القرآن ربيع قلبي ونور صدري وجلاء حزني وذهاب همي. O Allah, I am your servant, the son of your servant, and the son of your maidservant. My forehead is in your head. Your command concerns me prevail, and your decision concerning me is just. I call upon you by ever one of the beautiful names with which you have described yourself, or which you have revealed in your book, or you have taught to any of your creatures, or which you have chosen to keep in the knowledge of the unseen with you to make the Quran the delight of my soul, the delight of my heart, and the source to remove my grief and sadness and dispel my anxiety and fear.
Jazakumullah ahsanul jaza. There's one point when you were reading, you were making you were applying the work rules, which was good. But make sure, for example, here, for how long are you supposed to read this?
Nasijati.
Well done.
Yes. 2 seconds.
Yeah. So that's corrected. With this, we would like to conclude our session today. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.